Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I'll be checking out this interesting video and it's titled Breaking New York City Female Migrant Gang Members Sentenced to Jail. You guys, I'm super excited as always. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please consider subscribing. Give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what this video is all about.
Men have been charged in connection to that brutal attack caught on camera, and the NYPD is still looking for more suspects.
Something terrible is happening in New York City.
In recent months, a wave of migrant crime has washed over our city, but they are nonetheless preying on New Yorkers and making our city less safe.
Lately, the authorities have noticed a surge in gang-related crimes in the Big Apple. And the NYPD has gone hard on migrant gang members who are exploiting the asylum system to commit crimes in New York City. But as we speak, the situation has become worse. These migrants are now so confident that they could beat an NYPD police officer in broad daylight. And ladies of a migrant gang are now involved in this act.
Reconsider. These sanctuary city policies are ridiculous. They're impeding our law enforcement officials. They're making those same law enforcement officials less safe, and by consequence...
On January 27, 2024, an NYPD police officer and a lieutenant tried to detain a migrant who failed to move along West 42nd Street. However, before they could arrest the migrant, the remaining migrants converged on the officers, raining kicks on the head and body of the men in blue.
Wow.
Johannery Brito, captured in the yellow jacket, who forcefully resist being moved. 7 individuals, including Brito, have been indicated on charges related to the assault. 4 recently arrested suspects, Darwin Andres Gomez, Esquiel, Wilson Guerres, Kelvin Eroca, and Yorman Reveron, are now facing charges of assault and obstructing governmental administrations. 2 others remain unidentified.
If you paid attention to the security surveillance video, you would notice that 8 migrants ganged up to beat the NYPD cops, including a lady dressed in a green Nike sweatshirt and jeans. 4 of the accused thugs were arrested that night. But the lady? She was nowhere to be found.
Men have been charged in connection to that brutal attack caught on camera, and the NYPD is still looking for more suspects.
On the 11th of March 2024 at around 8:30 a.m., an NYPD officer busted the lady that they had identified from the CCTV video. She admitted to being at the scene where the incident happened, but claimed that she was not involved. The 20-year-old, who has now been identified as Edgarless Vegas, maintained that she only watched the incident unfold. However, when they showed her the CCTV footage, she ate her words and changed her story.
Wow.
At first, Vegas claimed that she was trying to move the group of people milling about near Times Square and fell backward. She later offered an alternative account of the incident, claiming that she was kicking a different member of the group and may have accidentally kicked the officer. After the court proceeding, the judge ordered the Venezuelan national to be detained with a bail of $25,000 in cash, or a surety bond of $75,000 until her next court appearance. According to reports, Vegas had only spent a few days in Brooklyn when she was arrested for her role in the migrant beatdown of cops in Times Square. The 20-year-old, with no prior history of arrests, has become the 13th suspect to be arrested over the incident. Concerned citizens and stakeholders are calling for the suspects to be deported. Authorities believe that the gang behind the spike in robberies in the Big Apple is the infamous Tren de Aragua gang, one of the most notorious gangs in South America. The gang is led by Nino Guerrero, a powerful criminal leader greatly feared in Venezuela. Nino Guerrero is currently based in Tocaron prison in Aragua state. From there, he controls the rapid growth of Tren de Aragua, both within Venezuela and beyond its borders. He is also Venezuela's strongest pran, a term referring to powerful bosses of prison gangs with power to run criminal operations outside prison walls. El Tren is no lowly street gang, but a powerful organized crime syndicate, which emerged in Venezuela and spread across the continent. The gang is considered to be the largest homegrown criminal group in Venezuela. In September 2023, the Venezuelan government conducted a security operation in the penitentiary center of Torocon, Guerrero's base. During the exercise, about 11,000 security men stormed the jail to dismantle criminal organizations that operate from the prison. In other words, the exercise was a crackdown on the El Tren de Aragua criminal organization. The authorities had received information that the gang had turned the Torakan prison into a little castle for themselves.
Can you imagine?
The prison now had a children's play area, a restaurant, a baseball field, a supermarket, and even a mini zoo, where the prisoners kept lions, tigers, crocodiles, and all sorts of wild animals. The prisoners were so comfortable to the extent that hundreds of their wives and girlfriends would stay with them. The inmates also enjoyed taking hard drugs and owned ammunition like rifles, grenades, and even rocket launchers in their arsenal. However, the leader of the gang, El Niño Guerrero, was missing during the raid. The Venezuelan government later released a video of a network of
Wow, you guys, this illegal migrant gang is larger than we thought, because from what is being said in this video, I can see that some powerful people are behind them, and this is why these gang members are always carrying guns that they cannot even afford. The fact that they have the audacity to beat up a police officer says it all, that these gangs are being backed by a very powerful individual or some very powerful organization. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below, and let's continue watching, you guys.
A network of tunnels which they believed the gang leader used to escape. According to reports, kingpins from the brutal Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua are recruiting NYC migrants for their brazen moped theft ring. In the incident that occurred in January, two of the suspects, 19-year-old Kelvin Servida Arocha and 21-year-old Wilson Juarez Aguilarte, are Tren members according to Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. As a result, the NYPD and federal security agencies have put out alerts identifying El Tren's tattoos and slags in an effort to reduce the operations of the gang. In the past, gangs like MS-13 and Latin Kings started in the United States and moved south through deportations, causing trouble in places like El Salvador. But now, El Tren is changing things up. It began in South America and is moving north across the Rio Grande. There is a probability that infiltrating the U.S. is also part of their agenda. Usually, many people seeking asylum are themselves fleeing gangs and cartels. However, female illegal immigrants like Edgar Las Vegas are not the only ones causing trouble. While some steer clear of crimes, some are at the center of traffic disobedience. This brings us to the case of Edina Brancho, another illegal immigrant from Venezuela who went down the same path. In December 2023, Edina Brancho, an immigrant from Venezuela, was speeding the wrong way in Hazelwood in her minivan. But that was not all. Despite driving on the wrong side of the road, Edina was speeding at 75 miles per hour in a 40 miles per hour zone, almost twice the legal speed limit when she collided with a Jeep. In the Jeep were a couple, Timothy and Stephanie, and their 12-year-old Travis Wolf.
I saw two vehicles with heavy damage, both to front ends, airbags.
During the crash, Travis suffered serious injuries and was rushed to St. Louis Children's Hospital while his parents were treated at Mercy Hospital for multiple broken bones. Surprisingly, Brancho's two children were in her car during the reckless driving and were taken to the same children's hospital Travis was rushed to. However, 12-year-old Travis sustained serious injuries and was placed on life support. In March 2024, 3 months after being placed on life support, 12-year-old Travis Wolf sadly succumbed to his injuries. 33-year-old Edina Brancho is now being charged with first-degree involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree assault, 2 counts of first-degree endangering a child, and 1 count of operating a motor vehicle without a valid license.
Can you imagine?
The Venezuelan is being held on a $500,000 cash-only bond, with a hearing set for later in April. During the arraignment process, the authorities made an interesting discovery. Edina Brancho was not even one of the migrants taking advantage of the asylum system, but was in fact an illegal immigrant. Hazelwood Police Sergeant Scott Schnurbush told reporters that Brancho's status as an illegal immigrant did not interfere with their investigation. The Hazelwood sergeant, however, revealed that it was difficult to identify the suspect and her children since they were not in their database. He also had this to say about Brancho's speed on the night of the accident.
1,700 feet is quite a big distance to travel at over 70 miles an hour on a 40-mile-an-hour posted road. That's a long way to travel in the wrong direction and not realize.
The incident caught the attention of U.S. Senator Josh Hawley. The senator from Missouri, who once criticized President Biden for the country's border policies in a post on X, condemned the incident, blamed Travis's death on U.S. immigration policies. The rise in the troubles caused by immigrants in New York has raised questions about whether New York can keep up with the tens of thousands of migrants flooding the city. In 2023 alone, the Big Apple dealt with the arrival of more than 100,000 migrants. In January 2024, New York City Mayor Eric Adams gave an update on the efforts the city has made to accommodate and ensure the safety of asylum seekers in the city. He added that the city had reached the breaking point and blamed the Biden administration over the wave of migrants. At the moment, city officials are making significant efforts to decrease gang activity. They're installing security cameras and metal detectors in many shelters to watch potential law offenders and protect innocent migrants. Mayor Adams argues that the crimes and unsavory behavior among migrants in the city stem from the lack of available work visas for asylum seekers. He's persistently urging the federal government to offer aid and financial assistance to New York State to address this crisis. However, many of his appeals haven't been met with action.
If you think you could threaten the lives of the very people who keep us safe, if you think you could put others at deadly risk and get away with it, then think again. We will never stop pursuing you. We will find you, and we will.
The New York Police Department has reiterated that they would not cease to arrest any gang member or individual suspected of wrongdoing.
Wow, you guys, that was such a heartbreaking story, and rest in peace to Travis, who was the ultimate victim in all of this. And I don't even know what measure the government has to take to curb the influx of this illegal migrant, but I believe that they are doing their best. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.